Hey, I'm Tila, also known as Every Tuesday, and I'm the creator of the Glitz Glam digital foil and glitter kit, and I want to take this time to walk you through the entire kit and how to quickly and easily create your own digital foil and glitter textures applied to anything at just one click of your mouse. So I want to go over the file structure of the download. In the download, you'll see you have a folder for dynamic brushes with a file. I'll show you exactly how to install this. You have written instructions, layer styles, patterned files that are broken up by color, and then one pattern file that has all of them. These are seamless patterns, so all the textures can be tiled and used as a true pattern on whatever you want, so you don't have any of those weird lines showing up in any of your artwork. I've also included seamless JPEGs of every single color of every single texture, so if you'd like to use these on the web or maybe mask elements using Illustrator, you can do that as well. Finally, I've included over 50 bonus vector elements as an AI and EPS file for versions of Illustrator, CS3 or newer, as well as a PSD file with every single element on its own layer as a smart object, so it's infinitely rescalable without losing any kind of resolution. So I'm just going to create a new document to walk you through how to apply these styles to whatever you'd like. So just in Photoshop, come up here and go File, New. And I'm going to create this as a US paper size, but I'm going to invert my width and my height. So my width is going to be 11 inches and my height's going to be 8.5 inches. I'm going to work in RGB because it gives me the most vibrant colors. And if I want to use this on the web, it's perfect. If you plan on printing this, you may have to change it to CMYK. Hit OK. And now we're going to double click on our background layer to unlock it so we can use it. And the first thing we're going to do is install our pattern file. So just double click on this layer and come over here, and on your layer style dialog box, click on pattern overlay. You may have some default Photoshop styles showing up, pattern files. As you can see what I have right now, if you want to get rid of those, all you have to do is right click, delete pattern, and get rid of whatever you don't want there. Right now we're going to load our patterns, so click Load Patterns, navigate to your pattern files in the download, and I'm going to install all of the patterns. So come to the All folder, click on the pattern file, and hit Open, and now all of your pattern files will show up right here, the gold and the silver and the black. Okay, next we're going to install our styles, and this is your styles palette right here. If you don't see this, you can get to it by going Window, Styles, and it'll show up. And I'm just going to toggle this little hamburger down and choose Load Styles. Now I'm going to navigate to my Layer Styles folder in the download and choose this ASL file for the Glitz Glam Layer Styles and hit Open. And once you do that, all your styles will appear right here. If yours aren't showing up the way mine are, you have a few different options on how you'd like them to appear in the palette. You can go a large list, which looks like this. You can do by thumbnails if you'd like, but I like keeping mine as a small list. The last thing we're going to do is install our dynamic brushes, so hit B on your keyboard, or you can click on the brush icon in your toolbox over here, and then you're going to come way over here, all the way to the top left. Do not click on this one, you're going to click on this one, and then you're going to toggle down this little gear icon, and you're going to choose Load Tool Presets. From here, you're going to navigate into your dynamic brushes folder and choose this TPL file and hit Open. These are the dynamic brushes that are pressure sensitive, so I'm going to show you how to use them using a Wacom tablet, but if you don't have a Wacom tablet, you can still totally use them. They'll work fine for you. You just get a few more capabilities if you do have a Wacom tablet. So I'm going to use scattered stars right here. So I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to jump over to my Wacom tablet, and I'm just going to, let me create a new layer first. We don't want to put these on our background layer. So I'm just going to create a new layer, and then I'm going to hit B on my keyboard, and I'm just going to brush. And if I brush with very little pressure, you can see my stars are very small. If I increase my pressure, the stars will get larger if you're on a Wacom tablet. If you're on a mouse, it'll look like this. They'll just be uniform the whole time. You can increase the size of your stars by hitting the close bracket key on your keyboard. You can lower the size or reduce the size by hitting the open bracket key on your keyboard. And if you've got a mouse, they'll just be uniform. And if you want to apply any type of glitter or foil to this, all you have to do is come over to your styles palette and just click once on anything you'd like, and you automatically get those styles applied. If you like say I've got this gold medium glitter, but I want it to appear a little smaller in scale, all you have to do is double click on your layer, navigate to your pattern overlay, and reduce your scale to, let's see what 50 looks like, and let's see what 25 looks like. In my experience, the best results happen in increments of 25. So that looks really good. You can hit OK, and you're all set. If you'd like to apply these styles onto a vector element that's included in the kit, all you have to do is open up your vector file, which you can find by coming to Vector Elements, PSD, and clicking on this file right here. This is the file, and these are all in order from left to right, from top to bottom. You can also right-click on any element to see which one it is. So if I wanted to use, let's say I wanted to use the squiggly right here, it's called Big Swirl 1. I can just click on that, and then from here all I have to do is click and drag, and I can drag it right into my file. And from here I can scale it up, Command T or Control T on a PC, and holding Shift, scaling proportionally up, and then I can once again apply any of my textures to that squiggle. Okay, if you want to apply your foil or glitter to text, it works the exact same way. Just hit T on your keyboard, activate your text tool, type whatever you'd like. I'm going to scale this up so you can see it a little better. And from here, all you have to do is click once on anything, and you'll begin getting your results. And just remember, if you need to scale it up or scale it down, just double click, navigate to pattern overlay, and increase your scale there. Okay, so the last thing I want to show you how to do is to bring those textures into Illustrator. And I'm just going to type something out. And if I want to apply those textures in Illustrator, since I've included the seamless high-res JPEGs, which were created at 2000 pixels by 2000 pixels, so they're very high-res, you can use them pretty large, just come over at File, Place, and in your pack, navigate to Seamless JPEGs, and then the color that you'd like, and maybe I want Gold Glimmer, so I'm going to place this texture. Just make sure your texture is set behind whatever you'd like to mask it inside of. So I'm going to right click, arrange, send to back. And now if I rubber band select both the text and the texture and right click and choose make clipping mask, I've got my texture inside of my text. If you'd like to apply your texture to other elements, this is some vectorized typography that I've created, and I'm just going to grab that texture just by releasing my clipping mask and sending this to the back. Okay, so the important thing to remember in Illustrator is that Illustrator always considers everything separate elements. The reason why it considered my text one element, even though it's made up of different letters, is because it's text, it's written out. Whereas this is not written out, these are just separate shapes. So even if these are grouped together like they are right now, Illustrator still considers all of these separate. So if I try and do the same thing here by creating a clipping mask, it doesn't know which element to be masked inside of. So in order to fix that, we need to convince Illustrator that all of these elements should be considered one element, even though they're grouped together. So the keyboard shortcut for that is Command and the number 8 on your keyboard, or Control and the number 8 if you're on a PC. You can also come over here and go Object, Compound Path, Make. After you do that, you can rubber band select, right click, Make Clipping Mask, and it'll work just the same. So that's an overview of everything that you can do with the kit. And don't forget to check out the full preview. I've got plenty of mock-ups on it, so you can see all the really cool things that you can do with the kit. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to contact me over on my blog, every-tuesday.com/contact. Thanks so much and enjoy.